Welcome to Bullseye CO2 Review. Today we're going to be looking at the Mako Blowback semi-auto BB pistol from Crosman. Been missing going to the ranges since they're all closed right now, and I thought I'd go out and purchase a couple of entry-level CO2 pistols so I can go in the backyard and do some planking. And saw this online, looked at the specifications on it, and I thought this might be a good one to start with. It's a low cost. I got it on eBay for $40, including the shipping. And I went ahead and purchased 2,500 count of Crosman BBs, some Crosman pellet gun oil, and these CO2 cartridges at 10 count. I bought this first because this kit comes with one CO2 cartridge that has oil in it for maintaining your seals, lubricates the valves on CO2 airsoft and air gun for optimal performance. So I got that first, and then I saw online where most of the guys just take a little drop of oil and put a drop of oil on the top of the CO2 cartridge before you load it in the gun. There's a little divot right there, it holds the oil. Put that in the gun, and when you screw it up in there, the oil will go in the gun, lubricate the seal in the interior of the gun. So this is the silver one, is the one that is the maintenance cartridge. But, so I got 9 cartridges without oil and one with. So I can always use that on something. But anyway, this is the Mako CM9B, and I'm guessing that's for Crosman Mako Blowback 9-inch pistol. So yeah, 8.5 actually. Specifications are it's a blowback pistol. What that means, blowback has a slide, so when you fire the pistol, it gives it a little more realism. This one does lock back when the magazine's empty, which I thought, that's pretty cool. And it's got a fake hammer on the back here, so it gives you a little more noise when you're going back and forth. So it'd be interesting to see how it feels when you fire it. It's constructed really well. It's a metal barrel, a metal slide with a metal frame. This is rubberized grips on here. It wraps around, held on with 2 screws. Feels really good in my hand. I like it. Let's see what else we got. It's 1.7 pounds. It's 20 round capacity in the magazine. It's a smooth bore. It's got fiber optic sights, front and rear. The front one's kind of a orange color, and the back's a double green. And I thought for $40, it's got fiber optic sights and it's a blowback. Okay, I'll give it a whirl. And it says 425 feet per second. That's what they're rated at. And for a blowback gun, that's not bad. Non-blowback guns, the blowback uses the CO2 to move this slide back and forth, so it takes a little extra gas. So it knocks down your feet per second a little bit. I noticed on most of the specs on the guns. And this one was still up over 400. So I thought I'll give it a shot. Why not? It's got a little rail in the front here. You can mount a laser or a flashlight. It really feels good in your hands. It's got a nice dovetail on the back. I got pretty large hands, and most of the pistols I got, they either have to have like an extended magazine or a pretty good size handle to it. Otherwise it feels like it's gonna fly out of my hand. That feels really, really good. It's very, very impressive. So here's the button for the unlock the magazine. Okay. put the magazine, it's empty, you can see that push the lever up to lock the barrel. So it must have a tab on there or something that maybe it's a spring catch. Hooks that lever, pushes it up when it gets all the way to the top, so that way it knows, that's how it knows when it's empty. And it has a magazine in it. Kind of catches on the magazine release. Also this little wing here, that gets in the way. So when you go to put the magazine in, you kind of want to hold it like this to keep the flapper down. Push in the release button at the same time, and then it slides up there and locks in place really well. Maybe you don't have to hold it completely upside down, just sideways enough so that that wing nut flapper goes up in there. But you do have to press the button in, so it's a little awkward. But it does lock in place well, so I'd rather have to do push the button to get the thing to go up in there than have it fall out real easily when you're shooting. But yeah, not too bad. And the back strap comes off, and the CO2 cartridge drops right in the back. And then you tighten this down with, like I said, it's got a little flapper on the screw, so you don't have to, some of them I've seen you have to put an Allen wrench on it. So you got to carry around an Allen wrench with you to put your cartridges in and out. This is kind of nice that you don't have to do that. It's built right into the pistol. You won't have to worry about keeping the tool with you when you go out. And you got to back it off enough to let the cartridge drop out, apparently. Kind of goes up and in. Once you get that tab in there, it just kind of hooks onto the bottom. Snap it back into place. Just draw this spring down and lock it in the position right here to put the BBs in. It's a nice little magazine. It's all metal. It looks really well made. A little plastic cap on the end. Looks like you drop the BBs in. Pull the spring back, lock it, drop the BBs in that hole. Yeah, it's not too hard. And when you release the spring, you launch a BB. Apparently, you want to keep your finger over the end of this thing when you let the spring go, so you don't launch the BBs. There you go. There we are. That locks in pretty nicely. The safety is forward. The safety's on. It's just safe in the front, press in the middle, fire in the rear. S, F, and press. So you can't just slide the safety back. You got to press it down and push down and slide it back. It locks in place pretty good. So when the safety's on, the trigger's inactive. And as soon as you touch the trigger, if it's not in safe, you'll know. Because when it's in safe, the trigger does nothing. So if you touch that trigger and it don't bounce back, then you know you don't have it safe. That's a good feature. Really good feature. The sights aren't adjustable, but they line up. The front sight lines up to the rear sight really well. There's not a lot of gap. It fits in the slot really well, so there's not a lot of gap for you to be wandering around with your sighting. So we'll have to see how well it shoots right out of the box, how well them fiber optic sights are lined up. But yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with my $40 pistol. The BB just dropped out when you took the magazine out. There was another one. Okay, yeah. Apparently, once you put the magazine up in there, the BB comes up into the barrel. This isn't what puts the round in there. This is just for looks. So when that cartridge goes in, a magazine goes in, the BB comes out and up into the barrel. So when you take a magazine out and there's no, it still has BBs in it. One, you're gonna have to catch a BB. One of the BBs are gonna drop out. So yeah, you have to kind of watch that if you're not empty when you take the magazine out. The BB drops out. Yeah, every time. So that's the way it's manufactured. So keep that in mind. Got one more in there. Nope, two more. There we go. Now I'm empty. It does seem to slide in better when it's empty too. It doesn't seem to catch as much. So far, I'm pretty impressed with my $40 pistol. So I'm gonna have to take it out in the backyard and set up some cans and see how well it shoots, see how it lines up. And so join me for my next video, and we'll see how well we chose when we purchased the Mako Blowback semi-auto BB pistol from Crosman, model number CM9B. Crosman Mako 9-inch blowback. Okay, see you in the next video.